We're actually a few companies, but our main company is design and construction. We're design, build, construction firm. So we do everything from architecture, interior design, and then builds. Our market here is North County, coastal San Diego. So it's a pretty affluent area. We work in the towns of Rancho Santa Fe, Solana Beach, Encinitas. The construction company is going on 14 years, I believe. And then our landscape company is going on 5 years, and the furniture company is going on 3 years, I believe. I first became familiar with Bromic heating when we started to have dialogues with clients about how to heat California rooms or outdoor spaces. Because of our pretty warm climate here, we can use our outdoor spaces all the time. So when I started to do research about what vendors or what producers there were of the product, Bromic came up quite a bit. And the proximity of the ocean, stainless steel is a product that we try to use sometimes for outdoor environments. And one of the Platinum series that Bromic makes is a great product for anything close to the ocean as far as longevity. So the dialogue became who makes the best products, and then that's how I discovered Bromic. It's kind of a mixed bag because everyone wants the indoor-outdoor environment. They don't always know how to create the outdoor space comfortable. So once they say we want that indoor-outdoor feel, usually it starts with they want a big door system. They want the big expansive door. And then they want some sort of covered section outside. But then I always say, well, this covered section is going to be way more usable if you have heating elements. So once they understand that, that's sort of how the sort of progression happens. They'll say, oh yeah, a friend had heaters and it was awesome. And then that's sort of where the dialogue happens. And then we can plan it out pretty strategically. We can get them early on if we need electrical requirements to get those heaters in. And that's sort of how the dialogue starts about what to use out in these spaces. So just like every other homeowner, I wanted a big indoor-outdoor environment. You've seen my outdoor space is quite large. I wanted to have a second living room, so to speak, outside. I didn't want a full covered. Most people want a full covered. I like sun. I wanted partial shade, but I wanted it to be comfortable in the winter. So I went with like a large beam pergola, pretty open. And I actually came up with the way that we mount them. Most of the time, those are recessed into a cavity. So I came up with the base, and then I used the factory base to install it to the pergola. But it's amazing because that space, I turn all 6 of those heaters on. It's like I have this sort of outdoor, whimsical, warm space. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, we and my family use it pretty much year round. And the cool thing is, especially with the app, is I have 6 of them. So if I'm just barbecuing, I have 1 over my barbecue. If I just want to go sit on the couch, I can turn the 2 that warm the couch. If I have my family over for dinner, I can just do the 2 that surround the dining table. So you can literally pick and choose exactly where you want to heat it. And it works so good, you only need 2 for the space that you're going to be under. So the controls with the Bromic app is really great. And they're so powerful, so to speak, that I only put, when we're dining, I probably put them on 50% max, because that makes it totally comfortable to eat outside. So the freestanding one, which we have here, but it's kind of unique that it has a little bit of flexibility, and having integrated light is pretty awesome because you can put it in a space that has no light and all of a sudden you've created a space. So there's a lot of usability with it. The freestanding unit, on top of being really efficient and creating a space, it actually has a really unique design. So most people wouldn't be afraid to put it in a dining space because it can protrude over. It's not invasive. If you're thinking about like when you go to a restaurant, you have a propane heater, they don't really work that well and they're a little bit cumbersome and they're not that attractive. This, obviously, you can kind of put the base out of the way and then it's super efficient. So I think design side, like this is in a space that may or may not fit this, but it works perfectly. And the functionality, it takes over everything. But then it just kind of disappears because it's such a cool design. We find a lot with the built-in ones that everyone is looking for a sleek, integrated built-in system. Bromic has the integrated housing for the Platinum series, which you can tuck your finished siding right to it, and it has a perfectly seamless integrated look, which is basically what every single one of our clients is looking for. And then once it's done, you just have that really sleek glass with a stainless steel trim, and it's super integrated. I would say that's most likely the question we get is, how can we make these not look ugly? How can we make them look integrated into our pergola? And that's sort of how we accomplish all that. Yeah, I think there's a lot of value that gets added by these spaces with Bromic heaters. I do a lot of real estate walkthroughs with clients that are going, and either we're gonna build it, or if something kind of exists, they're gonna wanna transform that space into a heated outdoor environment. So if something was done right with chromic heaters and it's a comfortable space, that's a huge plus for anyone looking at a home. And I've seen that like time and time again. So I think value-wise, when you do this, it brings a whole new level to your home as far as just for your livability, but also just as far as like a resale value for your home. What I've always tell clients is you're gonna go from a 2 to 3 season to a 4 season usability. So we always are able to extend our moments, and my parents come over for dinner a lot, and so we eat outside, and we do that right now, and we're in the middle of winter. So I really do find that I use it all the time, and it's a wonderful addition to my home. If you guys build one of these rooms, I guarantee you're gonna use it. And every home that we've done, they always are super happy about it, and they use it all the time.